Well, it's time for Thursday Thoughts again. Good to be back home after a quick vacation. And it's good to go to the mountaintops once in a while. Taking in a majestic view kind of inspires your hope and gives you a bigger picture. Betsy and I went to Mount Greylock in western Massachusetts and saw one of those amazing vistas that only Bob Ross could paint. It was an exciting time. Now, Jesus included a trip to the mountainside as part of his curriculum for the disciples. And he took Peter, James, and John, 3 of the 4 fishermen, and he took them up to the mountain. But why did he do that? Well, the chapter before, if you go to it, you find that Jesus asked them their question, and Peter gave the great answer, and he seemed like the hero. But then when Jesus described to them what was going to be happening to him, Peter rebuked Jesus, and Jesus did not take it lightly. In fact, he gave Peter probably the most dramatic rebuke that any of the disciples received in the New Testament. He said, "Get behind me, Satan," because Jesus knew why he had come. He had come to give his life for us. That was certainly not a mountaintop experience. And right after that, almost as kind of giving Peter a second chance, he took them up the mountainside. And it says after 6 days, he took Peter, James, and John with him, and he led them up a high mountain where they were all alone. And there he was transfigured before them, and his clothes became dazzling white, whiter than anyone could do with a laundry. And there appeared before them Elijah and Moses, who were talking with Jesus. Now Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it's good for us to be here," as though he's saying, yeah, now this is more like it. And he said, "Let us put up 3 shelters, 3 hiding places, 3 places where we're just going to stay on the mountaintop. One for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah." And it's interesting, parenthetically, Mark says he was not sure what to say because he was so frightened. Then a cloud appeared and covered them, and a voice came from the cloud saying, "This is my son whom I love. Listen to him." And suddenly when they looked around, they were no longer saw anyone with them except Jesus. Now, Jesus took them to the mountainside. Peter wanted to set up camp and stay there, even build shelters. But God gave them their orders to return to the muddy valley. He said, "This is my son whom I love. Listen to him." Now, we live in the muddy valley. God gives us some mountaintops for inspiration, for hope, for vision renewal, but not for building shelters. He's our shelter as we walk through the valley. The valley will include a spectrum of challenges. There's going to be relational challenges, spiritual challenges. There's going to be family challenges, health problems, vocational, financial, all of the things that make the valley muddy. If Jesus experiences them, we will. But we have him with us, and we have his words to guide us if we will do what the Father asked us to do and listen to him. We also have each other in the church. Jesus didn't leave us alone. The church is our hiking team, not a shelter for avoiding it. Peter, James, and John got a momentary glimpse of the ultimate mountaintop, and we occasionally get lesser ones. They had to go back down, and they had to walk the muddy valley. We're meant to hike the muddy valley together. Along the journey, we're going to experience some mountaintops to remind us of that ultimate destination. We will also have the joy and the privilege of inviting others to join us on the journey to that ultimate mountaintop. Now, this weekend, we'll continue our series, Building a Legacy. I look forward to seeing you, and I want to remind you that you no longer have to sign up, so just come to the service you prefer. You'll be checked in as you arrive. God bless. Have a great week.